I'm a huge fan of spicy foods, and this is one of my favorite ways to consume them. Chunks of chicken thigh cooked in a peppery sauce, then topped with cheese and broiled till it's beautifully bubbly. This is Korean puldock. If we want really flavorful puldock, we need to start with the marinade, as it's going to season the chicken and turn it into the spicy, sticky sauce that coats everything. Into a large bowl, add half a yellow onion sliced. I like to cut it in half and then just go around the onion from end to end. The tip of your knife will be pointed towards either the top or bottom of the onion if that helps. It looks better that way and it's pretty easy. Add 2 tablespoons of gochujang, Korean fermented pepper paste, 2 tablespoons of gochugaru, Korean pepper flakes, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon powder, 1 tablespoon sesame oil, 3 cloves of grated garlic, a knob of grated ginger, 1 tablespoon of white sugar. This could be honey or traditionally rice syrup. 1 tablespoon of water just to thin it out a little bit, a little cooking oil, and then crack in a bunch of black pepper. The gochujang and gochugaru make up most of the flavor and texture here. I really love the mouthfeel of the cooked down gochujang coating all of the chicken. It's very, very delicious. Gochujang has a nice peppery punch, but it's more flavor than it is heat. You can choose how hot you want the dish by picking mild or hot pepper paste. In my case, I've got very hot. You could totally pick mild though if you wanted something less spicy. This is a little over a pound of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, my preferred cut for almost any situation. Let me know if you like chicken breast over thigh though. I used to like it as a kid, but not really anymore. When I cube my thighs, I try to remove any excess fat pockets. I like to remove any leftover bone pieces, and I like to get rid of the veins and tendons. It's a little bit more work, but it's worth it in my opinion. Add the pieces into the bowl as you go. Once it's all in, give the chicken a good mix into the sauce, that way it's totally covered. This marinade can chill in the fridge for a little bit, but honestly, you could just cook it now. There's so much sauce and it's gonna cook down and cover the chicken, and it's gonna taste good no matter what. I like to give this exactly the amount of time it takes me to wash raw chicken off of all of my dishes. That's perfect. Once you're ready to cook the chicken, grab a cast iron or any pan that can go in and out of the oven. This is going to get broiled, so be sure it doesn't have a plastic handle and that it's not non-stick. This is going to go over medium-low heat, not high heat. In the beginning at least. With our sauce, there's so much room for accidental burning and sticking that I like to cook this low and slow, more like a simmer until the chicken is fully cooked. So I add all of that to the pan as it heats up. I like to slowly simmer this for around 25 minutes or so. It's really easy to tell when the chicken is cooked because it turns from that kind of like raw pink to an opaque color. The fattier thigh meat can stand up to longer cooking, so I'm not worried about overcooked dry chicken in this case. In the world of culinary creations, puldock is relatively new, really only harking back to the early 2000s. Its popularity has grown rapidly throughout the years until now pretty much everyone seems to at least know the concept because of the puldock brand of noodles, modeled after this chicken's fiery flavor. Puldock means fiery chicken, so that totally tracks. Even though this dish is relatively new, it's easy to see it as a direct relative to Korean spicy chicken stir-fry, takkaibi. Forgive my pronunciation here for any of the things that I'm saying. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get it right. Puldock shares similar flavors to the stir-fry, just much more intense. After the chicken is cooked and the sauce is reduced to about here, turn off your heat and turn on your broiler. Sprinkle on a handful of shredded mozzarella cheese so it can melt beautifully under that broiler. The cheese is pretty much extra credit, but I do really like it. If you leave it off, you can just reduce the sauce to your liking, or you can broil it to get some nice browning. Once the cheese is bubbling and browned, you can take it out of the oven and top it with sliced scallions. If you don't use cheese, you're missing out on all of this insanely delicious bubble action. When you use a cast iron like this tends to stay ripping hot for quite a while, so it gives you time to make any sides or accoutrement. Make some rice or grab some lettuce to make wraps. Or you could be a total idiot, toast up some corn tortillas, and eat it like a taco. It's absurd, but I absolutely love it. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. The next day, I usually take the leftovers and make puldock nachos. They're ridiculous, but they're delicious. The flavors here are so intense and amazing. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's got everything I love in food all in one place. I think it would be a crazy thing for me to sit here and pretend like I invented this recipe. This recipe existed before me and will exist way long after I'm gone. I had to research to figure out this recipe, and I had to adjust it to my own taste. And just because I did that doesn't really make it mine. It just makes it, a continued thread in other people's recipes and, recipes before and after mine. So someone like Mangshi, who is, I think, the queen of Korean cooking, is somebody that I go to all the time to learn about dishes and to learn about Korean food. And then Erin and Claire is another channel that I really, really love and respect and watch a lot of and consume a lot of to understand more about Korean cooking. So go ahead and check out both of their channels. I'll link them down below so you can go ahead and show them some love. Not to be too, blah, 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 thoughty with it. But I think in the day and age of social media, people like to see, recipes out of nowhere, or I invented this thing or whatever. But I think that is so fake and not true to how recipes work. In research, the more citations you have, the more sort of qualified and good the research is. You cite sources and you cite where you learned things from to
lend accreditation to your story or to your paper. And it seems like cooking has kind of lost that because everyone's afraid of being seen as like a copycat or something. And I want to, going forward, do a little bit more of this. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you guys check out the channels in reference below.
Massive shout out to the amazing people supporting me directly on Patreon through patreon.com/CameronMarty. Check it out and consider becoming a patron. Now, if you're interested in seeing my version of the instant Buldak noodles, go ahead and check that out here. I think you'll really enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers.